In the other footprints video, we looked at the positive side of footprints, how to find sites that will further our goals. Well, in this one, we're going to look at the dark side of footprints. And just a reminder, footprints can either be positive or negative. A footprint is an imprint that you or your website leaves that can be traced by Google or any other search engine or by your competitors. If you think about this a little bit, if you're outranking your competitor, there's a really good chance that they are trying to outgun you, all right? And if possible, they're going to try and find ways to outrank you. Okay, so now if they're able to track that you've got a network going and that you're doing self-serving linking, they might actually report you to try to devalue your work and gain better positioning over your sites. Now what I'm talking about is obvious signs of search engine manipulation. According to Google's own Webmaster Guide, any link that you get for the purpose of ranking better is against their terms of service. Now I want to ask the question, does anyone not do this? We all want to rank better, and in order to rank, you're going to need links. The question of content is king always comes up, and I think we can all agree that content is great, but only if people can find it. If you can't be found, natural links probably aren't going to be created. People have to be able to find your content in order to link to you. So this isn't really a discussion about whether you should or shouldn't create links for the purpose of ranking. I'm just trying to share some of the methods that are involved in doing that. Okay? You need to decide for yourself how you're going to go about building links. Let's talk a little bit about how footprints are created. Basically, these three things here sum it up. Footprints are created when people are lazy, they're not creative enough, or they don't provide enough variety in their sites. An example of this would be having a bunch of WordPress sites that all use the same theme. You've probably found yourself in surfing around that you've been able to figure out that somebody owns the same sites just by seeing that, strange, these few sites here, they all look the same. Okay, the chances of two different people coming up with sites that look so much alike, it's fairly low, but themes are an obvious tip-off there. Some people use the same link in all their footers, dead giveaway. And also getting links from the same places for all your sites really makes this pretty easy to sniff out. Someone can easily use this information to find your network, and like I said, if somebody's grumpy enough, they can report you. How to avoid creating footprints in the first place. An obvious one, you want to use different themes. Okay, don't make all of your sites cookie cutter. Mix it up some. I know we all want to take the path of least resistance, and when you get a little groove going on and you're finding it easy to build sites quickly with a certain theme, that's great. Just don't do too much of it, okay? Again, don't use the same link in the footer. Mix up your link sources. It's tempting to always have the same go-to sources and linking those up to all your sites, but if you're going to build something that lasts, you'll need to work harder and keep finding new sources of links, or have such a wide variety available to you that you're not using the same ones over and over. Something else to watch out for, if you're using scripts, take out what isn't needed. A lot of scripts will leave a powered by line somewhere on your page or in the code. If you know just a little bit about coding, it's pretty easy to go in and take out these extraneous bits of information. All they do is just leave behind one more thing that'll help somebody find your related sites. You'll also want to add good content to your sites, because thin affiliate sites are easier to detect. If you're selling links, and again, this isn't a question of whether you should or shouldn't, but if you are, you want to do it on sites you don't care about, okay? It's good extra money on the side for some people, but if you end up losing one of your good sites because of it, it's not worth it. Eventually, you're going to have a few throwaway sites. Go ahead and sell links on those sites. And another thing on sites that are selling links, it's just a dead giveaway, is if you have text that says sponsored by or advertisers, a block where you've got your paid links. This is just a huge red flag, okay? Just don't do that. The bottom line here is you want to be creative on your sites. Avoid the same look, avoid using the same themes all the time. You want to vary the tools that you use, even down to things like varying the plugins on your blogs. You want to make sure you vary your link sources and avoid interlinking your sites. Another thing that almost goes without saying, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it real quick, is you might want to consider using privacy protection on your domains. That way your competitors can't just pull up your sites and find out who owns it, basically at a click of a button. Remember, if you're trying to be a little bit evasive, you want to cover your tracks. Don't make it too easy.